Guys, welcome back to Spud Run Golf here in Southern Ohio. I'm Jeremy. Today's episode will span the period of a few days here at the backyard golf course. But let me tell you, those few days are absolutely action-packed. From the first mow of the year to applying our pre-emergent app and finally wrapping up the big bad new par 5. Oh, and stick around till the end of the video if you want to apply for this year's highly desirable subscribers tournament. Let's jump right into the first mow of 2025. Well, I thought next step we'd roll this green just to get it laid down from the long cold winter. I need help, fellas. This roller, I worked on it all winter. I put a new belt on it. I cannot get this thing to adjust correctly so that it self-propels as I move these pedals. Somebody's got to know something now. Come on. Tell me in the comments what I'm doing wrong with this thing. It's March 19th. Soil temperature's low 50s. It's pre-emergent time. That's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to go ahead and load the spreader inside the mill shop, but I wanted to record this part because I think we've got wind gusts that's just crazy. The little granules, the preels I think they call them, it's so windy right now, I believe it would affect my pattern. So we'll go ahead and load it here in the shop, maybe pre-game, do some other stuff, and then we'll spread it once this wind dies down. So typically, I guess wherever we're at, you know, the wind peaks in the afternoon, mornings, evenings, the wind dies down. So that's what I'm hoping for, so we get this fertilizer down. Actually, it's a fertilizer plus dimension. So it's a pre-emergent with some fertilizer in it. This year is I'm doing something different than last year. I'm doing a split application. So I'm gonna do an application now, and I'll do one again probably August. Last year I got some crabgrass pretty bad late August, and I think the effectiveness of our dimension had wore off. All right, we've got like 20 minutes before it rains. So I do the fairway and the massive parts with the tractor. Tee boxes around the green, I got a push spreader. I'll use on that. I'm gonna try to get, I think we have 12 bags that takes care of the fairway. I can get a few of the tee boxes with this. But we are gonna try to do this quick. There's a couple key things here we're gonna try to avoid. One of them is getting pre-emergent on the fresh seed from the fairway extension there, so. All right. Dug up to 7T, number 2 tee, the $1 million question. We need to go see that. We had the big renovation last fall. We need to go look at that and see if we need more seed. We're going to put down pre-emergent. That'll be the question. I feel like the seed coverage is coming correctly. We put down pre-emergent, but pre-emergent you can't put down seed. Not dimension anyways. So number 17, I'm going to check out number 2. It'll be the first time you guys have seen number 2 since last fall. High top number 2 tee. So these are like the blue tees back here. It plays about 203 yards or so. Here's the extension, and it's not looking good. So this is our new tee box. We got it planted in September. Oh, it just needs a good dose of starter, I think. We're gonna have to add seed. We definitely got to add seed to this. So, oh yeah. That's what we're here. I don't know why, but this is not good. No pre-emergent on this new part, but I'll probably go ahead and put some pre-emergent on the top little tee. Yeah, then I'm probably gonna go ahead and throw some seed down on this, and go ahead and I think I got some starter fertilizer. We'll put some starter down on it, give it a little boost. Like I said, soil temperature's getting close, and hopefully that's what this needs. Some good conditions to take off. Like I said, we'll give it a little help. The rain is right upon us. We're the little dot. So we're literally down to minutes. I did take the tractor around the green. I did get some fertilizer and pre-emergent on the green. And those bigger preels, I don't want them breaking down because they'll create just bad spots. So I got the backpack blower. I'm gonna blow that green off before that rain hit. Once that rain hits, it kind of makes it sticky and it won't blow off as well. Still got a couple bags of pre-emergent left. Those will go up around the mill shop. Keep that nice and pretty. And then I'll take some over to the Airbnb and do that also. Just in time for the rain, guys, just in time. Now, I know you guys aren't seeing this video for several weeks after recording here. It just gets backed up sometimes, and it's a busy time of the year for me. It really is. Man, you won't call it close. The rain's coming down now. So we got perfect timing today. Changing directions here this morning. This is the next morning. We're down here at the bottom by the creek, our covered bridge. We call this the wedding field. We've had some weddings in this field, but more recently it's just been used for camping. We need to get some water up to the new tee boxes. We shall get that right here. To properly take care of this, it's about 540 feet from here, clear back up to the back tee. And as you can see, we'll go up and down and around. So while we're doing that though, there's a couple other things. Like I said, people camp down this bottom field. And while I'm tearing this up, I'm gonna go ahead and get some electric trenches in. Go ahead and get a few more hydrants in down here in the bottom for campers. I'm gonna try to cram 3 days worth of work into the next 12 hours. It's about 7:20. Great start to the morning. So hopefully by dark tonight, we should have this done, I think. 11 o'clock, we got a good start. Crossing that creek was really tough, time consuming, wet. Started out 28 degrees, now it's probably up to 35 or so. So it's gonna warm up today, which is good for this project. I guess for any project. I'll show you where we're at. So we sanded our water line. We've got 3 conduits in here for 3 different campsites along the creek. So we can do away with this hideous stuff. Conduits will go up to our 400 amp panel, and I've got conduit will go over to the basketball court. So the bottom part's nearly done. I do have to run some fingers off and extend the water line over to that play area. The big camper goes over there. And then this afternoon after lunch, we are going to start the trek way up through there. That'll be 2.5 inch conduit and 2 inch water line. Whole bunch of good stuff here. Lucy, we're home. All the way down the round. We put in about 540 feet of 2 inch. So now, whether it be seed or sod, you're gonna find out real soon. We can water that baby. And then if I ever build a cabin up here, it would be right over. It'd be about where this burn pile's at, right down through here. Now, another problem I have is now that I've got guests on this portion of the property, I'm gonna have to move my pipe pile because that looks pretty nasty. So up here, once the leaves especially get on, man, it's so pretty, real pretty. And then state property is all back through there. The time clock says it's about 3:30. So my oldest son Carson's been helping all day. He's about ready to shag out. But old dad's got several hours left in him tonight. So I'm hoping to finish getting this backfilled. Right now we're sanding the water line. It got really rocky right through here. So we got to definitely get some sand on that. All right. This is the first test. There'll be a lot of air up here. And I'm worried about the pressure loss coming up the elevation this much. So when you, elevation-wise, you lose 0.43 pounds of pressure per foot of elevation. That pressure is not the greatest, but it's gonna be fine up here. I've got tons of pressure down at the bottom, so for a house service too, we're probably still pushing 40 PSI up here. So now, what's next? We gotta get these tee boxes seated or sodded. That is the question. Ruby says, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? I hate to discredit the first mow of the season, but this new par 5 project reeks excitement. We've taken an overgrown section of woods and quite possibly turned it into the best hole here at the run. Tonight you'll watch us complete the last ingredient, sodding the tee boxes. I was lucky enough to have 3 of our 4 boys help on this sod. The 4th boy is over at West Point making us very proud. Kim and I actually just visited him the weekend before. Would you look at that smoke show? You know what the most important thing about sod cruising is?
What?
Green side up.
Alright, Spud Jr. back here. We are back at the new number 5, par 5. And my dad and my brother are back here laying out the sod.
You want to know what gets viewers excited? It's when I use this concrete saw to cut sod. Maybe unconventional, but it sure does make a smooth and quick cut. For those of you wondering, I did in fact stretch this back tee a little further back into the woods. This is going to take a very controlled tee shot to get out into the fairway. I'll talk more about this tee shot here at the end. Jive turkeys, we just got the last piece laid. Started raining. Is that perfect or what? Check this out. All right, let's talk about this sod. Now all the hard work's done and it looks freaking fantastic. We'll bring the gravel right out to this edge. Have a nice big cart path right here where you can turn around to head back out the chute. Both tee boxes are done. Let's talk about the sod. First of all, I was on the fence about sod. I don't like, let's say I like the results long-term of seed a lot better than sod. However, I think with the little extra maintenance with these, the pros of having kind of instant playability, not instant, it's going to be still a month or so before I let people play on this, but they can still walk on it when they're watching their buddies tee off up front. This cleans it up so much. So I'll try to baby it, and I think that pro of having this cleaned up and more accessible outweighs the minuscule results that I don't like on long-term sod. So I guess it's kind of a guinea pig too. I'm gonna see if I can baby it. Now this right here is turf type tall fescue. That's what we got on the other tee boxes, except for number 1 tee is ryegrass, number 2 tee is bluegrass. It's getting ready to rain harder. Hold on, let's get back to the track code. The sod cost a little under $900, I believe, and that was for 1,800 square feet. That's what we just burned up in sod, was 1,800 square feet of sod. These 2 tee boxes are nice and big and just beautiful. Now it's going to take some time to get these how I really want them. Probably, I would say at least a year. We'll be playing on these in a couple months for sure. But you know, when I buy this sod, this is more of a residential prepared sod, so it's taller. All grasses, you know, the taller you make them, the easier they are to maintain, the healthier they get, blah, blah, blah. So when you low cut a fescue or a bluegrass or any type of grass, when you low cut it, it comes with more maintenance issues. It comes with more, I guess, more risk for disease. It just comes with a plethora of other, I guess, bad things that can happen. But that's what we do. You know, the fescue, like a number 3, well, I mow it with the fairway mower, so we're mowing around an inch. That stuff looks awesome. So that's what I'm hoping this can get. So my maintenance steps moving forward Once this takes root, once I can grab a hold of the corner and I can't pull it up, we're gonna roll it, we'll start mowing it, and over the next month to 2 months, we'll slowly lower that cut down. This fall, we'll have to top dress because it's gonna be a little bumpy and roly-poly. So we'll have to roll it several times. It'll be a maintenance all year. I'm tickled, or not tickled, but I'm excited to take on the challenge to see how well I can make this turf type 12 fescue on these tee boxes. As we approach summer, I'll address the trees, see what the shade is. The par 5. I'm telling you, it's going to be a project. It could be the project of the year. I think it will be. While working on today's video edit, I noticed a couple things. One thing is, we still didn't hit a shot from up here. We got to do that, right? And I didn't talk about the details for the 2025 subscribers tournament. Let's hit a couple balls. I'm going to tell you my final thoughts on this new tee box and give you the details how you can get into the subscribers tournament for this year. Second to maybe Augusta, the subscribers tournament is probably the most coveted event that you can get into. Yeah, I said that. I will tell you, I've hit a couple balls up here already. The driver will work. I guess I didn't completely understand the gravity of the elevation difference. A driver for me is too much. I blow it over the bank. So I'm hitting my driver maybe 280, 290. So in order for the driver to work, it's got to be not a fade, an absolute banana slice. Now I've done that over the last few weeks, and it does get me up to the 200-yard marker. Let's go ahead and hit one and finish up here. That's pretty good. That's really good. All right, let's hit the 3-wood ball next. So back to the subscribers tournament. Every single person that has ever played, it has been one of the top golf events that they have ever done. It's just a good time. It's like-minded people getting together. The tournament covers about 3 days, 4 nights, 3 days of just pure great times, great food. Golf heaven. I shit you not. It's a great time. That caught a tree limb, of course, but it still made the fairway. Let's try the 1 iron. All right, we're going to try the 1 iron now. I think the 1 iron shot, we'll call it a stinger fade, little cut. To get into this, once you send that email, you need to tell us anything, everything. You don't have to be a good golfer. You don't have to be a bad golfer. You pretty much need to plead your case. Me and some of my buddies will review these emails to pick that top 11 golfers to come. Ooh, here we go. Stinger, 1 iron, just like down at Augusta. That is perfect. That is dead center of the fairway, but I'm still about 230 yards out to the green from that location, but definitely a safe play. SpudRunSubscriber@gmail.com. I repeat, SpudRunSubscriber@gmail.com. That's where you send it. Final thoughts on this new tee box. I think I did fail a little bit. I think it's too easy of a shot. It still is a 3-shot hole, but I was hoping, and hats off to golf course designers, architects, builders. You know, when all these trees were here, I wasn't real sure of the distance. You know, I tried to scope it out, took some trees out, still tried to scope it out, but actually opening it up, and then once you account for the elevation, the shot is a little bit shorter than what I hoped for. If we scope it out now, we're looking at 240, maybe to the middle of the fairway. But you factor in that big elevation drop, and it's I won't say an easy shot because we still have the trees. And as you can see, they're starting to get leaves, and that's going to also increase the technicality of this hole. I do, but I'm not going to do it now, but I do have the opportunity to move this tee box back another 40 yards, maybe 30 yards. Definitely not on the short list of plans to do, but it's an option. I still think this hole, this project, what we've done here at this new par 5, increasing our total par to 34 on the backyard golf course, it's excellent. Absolutely excellent. Guys, best of luck to the folks that want to enter the subscribers tournament. I'll make those final announcements in about a month. Get those emails in. Just hopefully the Spud is with you. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing with us. Spud Run Golf. Over and out.